Okay, hi there. I'm Ha, and this is just another video of me solving random code problem. So today we need to find the surrounded region. So given an n by n matrix on the whole board, and then the matrix only have either X or O. Capture all region that is four-directionally surrounded by X. A region is captured by flipping O into X. That is surrounded region. So this region is surrounded, right? This region is surrounded, so flip it into X, right? So the region at the corner, right, at the edge, um, cannot be surrounded four directionally by X, right? Right. The one at the edge, it's just impossible. So our strategy is that we can keep track of the position, right? We can go through the edges, right? And then if we find an O, then we can keep exploring um, this region, right? Because we know that the region that is connected to the edge um, won't be able to surround it four directionally by X, right? Right. So for example, in this case, we only found one O, right? So we can keep track of this position, right? And then we can iterate through the matrix the second time, and then turn every O into X if it is not in the list, right? And then instead of using a list, we can just do it in place so that we can save some space. We can do it in constant space. So we can turn um, the one here, right, to some letter like Z, for example, right? So when we iterate it over it the second time, if it is not Z, then if it is O, we turn it into X, and if it is Z, we turn it back to we turn it back to O. Right. So for example, right, let's say in this case, let's say we have something like this. Yeah, something like this. Let's put it over here. Okay. I want to show two cases here. And then another O over here. Okay. So we can iterate over the edge, right? And if we found O, right? If we found O, we're gonna turn it into a Z, right? And keep exploring, right? We're gonna stop when we see an X or a Z, right? We see a Z, we stop. We see an X, we stop, right? And we keep exploring. So it is Z, see an X, we stop. Then we go down. This is Z, so next we stop, right? And then there's no other O, right, at the edge. So when we iterate it over the second time, if we see an O, we turn it to an X, right? Because this O is surrounded four directionally by X, and every Z, we can turn it back to O. So that is our algorithm there. So let's put this up. We have our rows and their column. So we only want to check we only want to run the DFS, right? The depth first search on the edge, right? So we need to check if it is edge dimensional. It's edge, right? So it is an edge when the row is equal to 0 or the column is equal to 0, right? So it is the first row or the first column, right? or the row is the last row, right? Or the column is the last column. Okay. If it is in H and it is an O, right? Then in that case, we want to run the DFS on this position, and because we want to completely explore this region, because we know that this region won't be able to cover by X, right, four directionally. Okay. And then after that, right, we can run over the matrix again. We can look through the matrix again, and then set the row at the board at row and column, right, back to the O, right. So if it is Z, right, we're gonna set it back to O, right. Otherwise, we set it back to X. You know, X. If it is not Z, right, which means it can either be O or X, right. So we set X to X and O to X, because the O here gonna be surrounded by four directionally by X, right. So the only thing left to do now is to create our DFS function, tuck in the row and the column, right. So let's see. So if it is not inbound, right, or if it is X or if it is Z, right, then we're gonna return. So not inbound in X is row is less than zero, right, or column is less than zero, or row is greater than or equal to rows, or the column is greater than or equal to the column, right. It's X. Is Z, right. The not inbound here is just a placeholder, right? So that we don't have to we don't we don't index into the index that is our bound, right? So if it is not inbound or if it is X, is written X and Z, we will stop, right? Otherwise we keep exploring if it is an O. So we're gonna set the current sale, right, to Z, to mark it at visited, right? And then we're gonna run the DFS on the neighbors. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Let's give it a try and it worked. Thank you for watching.